Welcome to part 5th of the video. And after this, we would have concluding remarks and we close this video. Page number 16 of this report, like I said, I'm still reading this report and I'm done till page number 17, but this report is little long, so I need some time. And then again, I would be making another video on the balance point of this report. There is a very stark data I got on page number and 16 of this report, which is that half each country bonds, half 50%, half each country bonds must be refinanced by this date. Half. Now 50% is a big figure. It is not a small figure, to be honest. Now, although this report is not mentioning that specifically, but there is a thing in the life called common sense. And that common sense is, if this debt is not refinanced, then we are bound to lose. Or we are bound to collapse. And you know the dates, guys? We are, as of 15th March 2022, which is precisely closer to April, which means 3 months are done. So, 2022 March, this is where we are as we speak. And if I tell you the dates, you feel like hell. In China, it is April 2025. In Germany, it is October 2025. In Spain, it is October 2026. In France, this is April 2027. In United Kingdom, it is May 2030. United States, reserve currency, March 2025. Italy, August 2025. Japan, October 2025. Australia, March 2027, followed by Switzerland in 2028. Which means majority of the pendencies are maximum 2028. And the two largest economies, which is United States and China, number 1 and number 2, they are 2025. Note, United States is March 2025, which means practically 3 years from now. And I'm not saying this, the page number 16 of this report is talking this. And a very interesting feature, by end of 2020, United States government debt stood at 19.6 trillion. Do you know how much it is today? Because I track this daily on Google. It is 31.2 trillion. So let's do the round figure. I assume by end of 2020, the debt was 20 trillion. And now I assume it is 31 trillion, which means 11 trillion of debt, very near about. 11 trillion of debt was added by the United States in the last 1.5 years. 11 trillion, which is 3.5 times of Indian GDP, near about, you can say, 80% of the Chinese GDP and near about 50% of the US GDP. And this debt is growing. As you speak, United States planning to add another 2.5 trillion of debt to meet up the finances. 2.5 trillion. Which means if it is 31 today, it would shoot to 33.5. And that is what I am very clear, and that is where I am very clear, which is we are heading towards a complete collapse. And I'm very clear about that. We are heading towards a complete collapse. Now, the biggest question that come is when. Like the page number 16 is talking it about, it's very near. And I also personally feel that it is 3 to 5 years, maximum 3 to 5 years, and balance sheets of the governments will collapse like a trash of card. And then came a big debt trap. Probably, as we speak, it would be difficult for me also to imagine what would happen, because I saw many Hollywood movies like Armageddon, like, the Independence Day, like Battlefield, like London Has Fallen, Olympus Has Fallen. I have seen many Hollywood movies. And in all Hollywood movies, one thing is very clear, because they show the eventuality which is beyond the textbook. So just like Armageddon, a meteoroid is on the way, a team sent by NASA to that meteoroid, Harry Stamper, and he dig a hole, put the nuclear bomb inside, and boom, and asteroid pass from both the sides of the earth. This is as for Hollywood movie. Now, whether practically this is possible or not, I don't know. I'm not a scientist. But this is as for the Hollywood movie. But having said that, this report is not sounding like a Hollywood movie, because by March 2025, United States, Italy, Japan, China, Germany. So the three largest economy, US, Japan, and China, they need to refinance their debt. And that refinancing is not 10%, 15%, 20%. That refinancing is to the tune of 50%. Half, 50%. And that is scary. See you in the last, which is the concluding remarks of this video. Have a great time ahead.